Jim Brown was born on February 17th, 1963. He was born in St. Simons Island in Georgia, and Jim's father was a professional boxer and his mother was a homemaker. Jim went to Manhasset Secondary High School, which was a combined high school and middle school. At this school, Jim earned 13 varsity letters for 5 different sports: football, lacrosse, baseball, basketball, and track.
When discussing the greatest running backs of all time, there isn't ever a conversation that doesn't include the great number 32, Jim Brown. But what many don't know about Brown is that he's one of the greatest to play another sport, lacrosse. Brown believed that it was on the lacrosse field where he could truly showcase what kind of athlete he really was.
Well, lacrosse allowed you to use all of the athletic traits of many sports. It was quick, it was skillful, it was powerful, and you could be as good as you wanted to be if you practiced that stick day and night and became really great with it. It set you aside.
Brown's love for the game began at Manhasset High School on Long Island, where he was a 3-time All-Star midfielder. Brown then went on to Syracuse University.
At Syracuse University, Jim Brown played 4 different sports: track and field, basketball, lacrosse, and football. As a sophomore, he was the second leading rusher on the football team. Senior season, he went on and won an All-American and finished 5th in Heisman Trophy voting. During his basketball career at Syracuse, he was averaging 11 points per game and came in 5th for nationals in track and field the same year. Jim was also named second-team All-American for lacrosse, and the following year named first-team All-American, scoring 43 goals in 10 games, making him second for national scoring that year.
Arguably his greatest sporting performance came in the 1957 Collegiate North-South All-Star Game, scoring 5 goals in one half against college lacrosse's best players.
In 1983, Jim Brown was elected into the Lacrosse Hall of Fame and is looked at as one of the best of all time.
He refers to himself as a student of athletics and believed that to truly respect the sport, he had to go back and learn about the origin of the creator's game.
I believe in seeking out knowledge where things come from. And the Native Americans created this game, and it was adopted by us Americans. It appealed to me tremendously because of the respect of the tradition, and for our schools to recognize that there were other cultures and they could be fun, and they could be serious, they could be skillful.
Although most will remember Brown for his dominance on the gridiron, he once said he would rather play lacrosse 6 days a week and football on the 7th.
Those of us who play lacrosse, we have a special love for the game. So it's a thrill for me to be in that particular fraternity.
When I started to play the game, it was a lot of fun. You know, it was always a great game because like a fraternity kind of thing. And we weren't always just competing to win any championships. We just competed because it was a sport that we all enjoyed.
Member of the Lacrosse Hall of Fame, Brown was labeled as the greatest player in the history of the sport.
You couldn't stop him. He weighed 229. He could run as fast as he had to run to get the job done. Durable, never got hurt. And he was just the greatest.
He would just run right through everybody. He would have this little tiny stick, the ball would be in there, and he could make it do tricks. He could make it talk. I mean, Jimmy was a pretty good football player, but had nothing compared to what he was as a lacrosse player.
Now living in Hollywood, California, Brown finds himself removed from a game that he still holds dear. And he is grateful that he is remembered fondly.
I feel great for the public to remember me, you know, as a fine player after all these years. You know, I mean, that's good enough for me.
Lacrosse was created by Native Americans. It was their culture. We adopted it and gave it the respect that it deserved. Quick, fast, powerful.
But a trail check. Look out!
Skillful, all of the athletic traits of many sports. The deeper you get into it, the more fascinating it becomes.
That's domination. He's a machine.
It was a serious matter in that culture. Instead of going to war, they'd play a lacrosse game, and the winner would be the winner of that particular war. He played it just because of the love of the sport. You score, nothing like it.
Oh, what a save